everything you go through in life, there's a lesson in it. The things are the worst situations, the greatest situations. They've all been a lesson. And the sooner you realize the lesson in your situation, the sooner you get out of it. But God will not allow you to come out of it until you realize the lesson that needs to be learned. That was a sidebar. Back to the message. You got to have faith. Somebody say faith. You got to hold to your fire, knowing that at the appointed time, the Lord is going to blow your mind. Now, I don't know if you've ever been on fire before. And I don't know if you've ever touched a hot stove before. But when something is on fire, it burns, and there is a feeling that cannot be contained. You cannot burn yourself and act like you don't feel it. I'll give you an example, a real stupid thing I did when I was in college. I thought that I'm not a smoker. Let me get that straight for y'all. Say I'm smoking. I thought that if you pushed in the, what do you call it thing? Cigarette lighter, when the car was off, that it wouldn't get hot. So I pulled it out and put my thumb on it when I was in college just to see if it was, it's probably not hot. Let me just see. And it burnt the skin off of my thumb. I tried to act like I was still cool in front of everybody who was in my car. But sooner or later, I had to dismiss myself from the car so I could scream all by myself. And I believe I think it was Jeremiah in the Bible who said, it's just like fire shut up in my bones. When the Lord has given you a vision, when the Lord has told you what you're going to do, when the Lord has told you what you shall become, it'll be like fire. You won't be able to contain yourself. You won't be able to sit there and act like he's not moving on your behalf. You won't be able to sit there and act like you don't know who he is. Fire. Somebody say fire. That's why you got to hold on to your fire. God is going to blow your mind at the appointed time. Now, I believe that there's a few of us in this room that can say, God has blown my mind a time or two. Is there anybody besides me? When you thought a situation was not going to work out for your good, and before you knew, not only did it work out for your good, but you gained a whole lot more than what you lost. That's a blow your mind blessing. If you were ever wondering where the money was going to come from for you to pay a bill, and you got that and so much more, that's a blow your mind blessing. If you've been through horrible relationships all your life, and then was blessed with a wonderful man of God who was serious about his walk with the Lord, that's a blow your mind blessing. Well, maybe you don't believe me. Come here, Abraham. Come here, Sarah. The Lord told Sarah and Abraham at the appointed time, Sarah would have a son. Both Sarah and Abraham were old. Somebody say old. And some people looked at the thought of Sarah having a baby as ridiculous. Somebody say ridiculous. Sometimes the blessings that you get from the Lord will be a ridiculous blessing. For all the hell I've been through in my life, I'm looking for the ridiculous blessing. The blessing that doesn't even make any sense to me, and I know I'm smart. A ridiculous blessing that will make everybody sit back and scratch their head. How in did anything like that just happen? It was ridiculous for most people to think that Sarah would have a baby at her old age. But didn't the Lord keep his promise and deliver a baby to Sarah? And didn't Abraham name that baby Isaac? And doesn't Isaac mean he will laugh? Even Sarah had to laugh at the thought of how everyone else was going to laugh, knowing that she was old and was nursing a baby. Now that's a blow your mind blessing. At your appointed time, the way the Lord blesses you will cause even you and your haters to sit back and laugh. Because at the onset of your blessing to everybody else, it's crazy that you would even imagine to take hold of something that's ridiculous and that big. But when they see the fruit of your holding on to your fire, they will have to proclaim that he is Lord. So they can laugh all they want to, but he is They can talk about you all they want to, but he is Lord. They can hate all they want to, but he is Lord. Because when the Lord decides to make a move on your behalf, no devil in hell can block it. No devil in hell can block it. All the people around you may think that they're blocking you. Amen? But the Lord just has you in a holding pattern. Anybody know what a holding pattern is? Now, I don't fly on too many airplanes, but I heard about this. A holding pattern for planes is when it's not time for them to land yet. Too many planes down waiting. That plane can't land yet. So what happens is it has to wait. And so what happens is it continues to go around and around in a circle, waiting for its time. The runway has not been cleared yet. Everybody else is still sitting on the runway. But what happens is, because God doesn't want you to be just another one of the numbers. He wants that runway to be clear. So when he blesses you, everybody can see as you descend and make your way on the runway. That's the type of blessing I want. I want a runway blessing. I don't just want to walk the runway because I got nice clothes and nice shoes. I want my blessing to be on the runway for all to see. Not that I am great, but how great thou art. I want a runway blessing. Amen? Because when the Lord sets you up, he sets you up nicely. I know you used to go to the bar and they used to set your little drinks up nicely for you. They knew what you wanted before you got there. That's not a setup. When God sets you up, he sets you up for everybody to see. Amen? The people who are around you may think that they are blocking you and think that they have their foot on your neck, keeping you back from what the Lord has for you. You don't even need to get mad about that. You don't even need to get angry about, keep your neck on my foot, because the longer I stay down here, the more he's building me up, the more he's shaping me. And if I ever get up from here, when I get up from here, you and all the world will be able to see how much he was making me, how much he was shaping me when I was flat on my back. I'm reminded of a sermon that was preached by a man